Good afternoon and welcome to Cairo for the second leg of the African Football League quarter-final between Egyptian giants Ahly and Simba of Tanzania. A thrilling first leg saw the two teams play out a 2-2 draw in the opening game of this brand new tournament on Friday at the Benjamin Mkapa National Stadium in Dar es Salaam. The winner of this tie will go through to face either Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa or Angola's Petro Atletico in the last four. Sundowns currently with a 2-0 edge going to the return leg of that tie later on this evening in Pretoria. Well, Simba certainly gave Al Ahly all they could handle in the first leg of this encounter. It will be a mighty tall order for them to get the better of the Cairo club today. Al Ahly haven't lost at home in African competition since going down to Sundowns 1-0 in the CAF Champions League group stage in February 2022. And on that note, I'm delighted to welcome Asamoah GYAN once more for today's game. Asamoah, you said you were very impressed by Simba's performance in the first leg. But given the statistics and Ali's long unbeaten run here, what do they have to do today to end that streak and take their place in the last four?
Yeah, honestly, we witnessed a very, very good game in the opening game against in Tanzania, and now Ahly is playing at home. It's going to be very, very difficult for Simba because statistically you could see for the past 18 months Ahly have never lost at home. You know, that record has been very, very impressive, and they are giants. They have the experience. They have players from the national team who are fully recovered in this second leg. Although Simba proved to everybody they can match Ahly, but for me, I think it's going to be a very, very huge task for Simba. Tactically, if everything goes well for Simba, then they will be in the game. But I don't think they can match Ahly when Ahly is playing at home.
There was some fighting talk from Simba coach Robertinho. He said his objective as a coach is always to play well and to win. He's not a man that sets his team out to defend, a positive thinker. And he's obviously told his players he's going to put everything in place to help them win today. How important is it to have that kind of mindset, a coach who's not inhibited by fear? He's able to get that message across to his players. What sort of impact does that have? Can that have on them?
I think personally, I also think it's a good initiative that the coach has taken. You know, when you go to a club, you have to play your normal game. Play your normal game. Make sure you play and win. Football is there to win, to have results, and I think that mindset. If only the players are gonna execute it on the field, then it's gonna really help them. I think it's a positive thinking that the coach has done.
In terms of Ahly, they are the reigning and record 11-time African champions. They of course have the champions mindset. How important is that? What kind of impact does that have on the opposition?
Obviously, Ahly, they are the favorite in this championship, if I may be fair. You know, they've dominated African football for quite a long time, and it's at the back of the players' mind. They know we are a big team, we are playing at home, we have the edge, and we're ready to make our fans happy. And as I said earlier on, this is the new competition. African Football League is the new competition. Every country, every team wants to be the first team to win it. You know, so definitely it's a huge motivation for them. They have a very, very experienced coach Kola, and I think the masses are on their side. The odds are on their side right now. Let's look with Simba how they can deal with this pressure.
Well, Marcel Kola, the veteran coach for Ahly, I said the first leg results 2-2 was an acceptable one for them heading back to home at soil. Also admitted it won't be easy this second leg given what they saw from Simba in Tanzania. He was a little bit disappointed they perhaps didn't take advantage of some of their chances they had, particularly in that first half. And then we saw at half-time, even though it was Ahly who broke the deadlock right before the interval, there were a couple of half-time changes made by Simba that really kind of changed the complexion of that first leg with the 2 goals they scored early in that second half. Ahly, of course, then equalised shortly after. But it was a very open game, and you know, what can we expect from this one?
I think Simba should be happy with their performance in the first leg of the competition. Now they have in their back of their minds, oh, now we can match Ahly, you know, because they were 1-0 up, and then Ahly came back to 2-2. You know, so I think at the back of their mind they think they can match Ahly. You know, but as I said earlier, let's see how they're gonna deal with the pressure of Ahly away, because they were playing at home, the fans were behind them, they did what they had to do. I think it was an even victory for them because the people were very, very satisfied with their performance. But in a way, with a team like Ahly, I think it's not going to be the same game. You know, but football, anything can happen, but I still feel it's not going to be the same game as the first leg.
Well, they certainly won't have the 12th man on their side today, Simba. Around about 60,000 supporters packed out the Benjamin Mkapa National Stadium on a Friday in Dar es Salaam. The Cairo International Stadium full of supporters clad in red shirts today. The red of Ahly, not of Simba. So they will have to cope with the different atmosphere, the very much home setting here for Ahly. And a couple of changes as well made by the Simba coach. We'll get to the starting lineups momentarily. But obviously he saw something that wasn't quite working in that first half, was quick to change. Is he going to have to think on his feet today if perhaps they get off to a poor start, Simba? Is he going to have to make some early switches if the case presents itself?
I think he did some interesting changes that changed the game. They went 2-1 up before Ahly came back. You know, so for his interview, whatever he said in his interview, talking about playing free flow football, not defending, try to play a normal game attack. So that should be his mentality. He wants to bring those players who change the game, I'm sure, and definitely we see what's going to happen. Obviously, the changes made a huge impact for him, and he feels like those players can match Ahly. So we see how the players are going to execute it. Talk is cheap. You can do whatever you have to do, but the most important thing is the execution.
So kick-off in this one, just a couple of minutes away in Cairo. Out come the 2 sets of players. We'll have the confirmation of the starting lineups momentarily. We'll get to today's match ball for this inaugural African Football League. The second of the quarterfinals coming up after this one later on today. And already Sundowns up against Petro Atletico of Angola. But the focus right now very much on the game here between Ahly, the 11-time African champions, and Simba, who've never gone before the quarterfinals in African competition. And a chance to break new ground today if they can see off the Giants of Cairo. Oh, by no means a full house, but certainly the 30-odd thousand or so in attendance very much making their presence felt for this one, and they will surely have a factor to play. It's been a very difficult place for clubs to come and play in recent times. And Simba have been to Egypt twice before to take on Ahly. They're going down by 5-0 and by a 1-0 as well on their past 2 meetings. They will have to, at the very least, pick up some sort of result today If they are to take their place in the last 4 away goals are in effect. So a high scoring draw would work in their favour. John Boko, one of the 2 players brought back into the side today, wearing the captain's armband for Simba. Exchange of handshakes between the players and match officials. The vastly experienced Mohamed El Shinawi once more captaining Ahly. 6-time league winner and the winner of 3 Champions Leagues as well, El Shinawi. Let's look at the starting lineup selected by their coach Marcel Koller. 4 changes as Mohamed Abdelmonem comes in from the start today. Came on as a second-half substitute on Friday. Ali Malou, the Tunisian left-back, also gets the nod on the left side of defence. 2 changes as well in the midfield. Morin Atia, the Egyptian international, coming into the team along with his international teammate Hussein El Shahat. Those 2 also were brought on in the second half in the first leg. Today's match referee from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Jean-Jacques Gambo Ndala. John Boko, over 80 caps for Tanzania. And he is back in the starting lineup today for the visitors. Look inside the VAR room here. Now the starting 11 selected by Simba coach Robertinho. The aforementioned Boko back in to lead the attack. And Sadio Kanute, who got the second goal in the first leg after coming on as a half-time substitute, also rewarded for his fine second-half performance. He comes in at the expense of Nizamiru Yassin. It was Miki-son who was replaced at half-time of the first leg, also dropping to the bench this afternoon as well. Marcel Koller, the 62-year-old former Swiss international, hired by Ahly in September of 2022, won the league in his first season, lost just the 1 match, also went on to win the CAF Champions League as well. Ahly potentially on course for the treble through to the Egyptian Cup final, which will be played at the end of November. His counterparts, Robertinho, making a couple of key personnel changes at half-time of the first leg that's really worked out well for Simba. He's gone with a similar lineup to the one that started the second half of the first leg from the offset today. Well, it's pay dividends for the Tanzanians as they look to knock off one of the great names of African football, Ahly. Mohamed Magdi Afshir, a key component of this Ahly side. He scored the winning goal late on the 2020 CAF Champions League final against Ahly's Cairo rivals Zamalek.
This game is going to be a very, very interesting game because you can see the changes that Simba has made. They brought their captain Boko. He looks very tall. The game plan is going to be like a second ball to him, guide the ball, and then they kind of try and support. And don't forget Tim Dennis is also a very, very dangerous player. He scored a goal, and his confidence level is high. So this game is very, very interesting to watch.
They have gone to bolster the attack with the selection of Boko. Dennis Kibu, of course, certainly played his part in that first leg with the first goal, the equaliser. Just a brief delay, but we are just about set to get underway. And away we go. It is the hosts, Ahly, who kick off this second leg in Cairo. The tie level at 2 goals apiece after the first 90 minutes at the end of last week in Tanzania. Can Simba knock out Ahly here at the Cairo International Stadium? It's the venue for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations final, won by Algeria against Senegal. The touch for El Shahat will be a throw-in for Simba. Ended the 2-year reign of Zamalek last season. Ahly in the Egyptian top flight, making it 43 Egyptian league titles now. Did lose the CAF Super Cup to USM Alger of Algeria back in September in Saudi Arabia, but have bounced back with a couple of league wins to kick off this season. Percy Tau, red hot form domestically. Wasn't quite at the races though. Asamoah in the first leg had a really good chance in that first half that he scooped over the bar. Do you expect to see a bit more from him today? Will he be a bit more on the money?
Yeah, I do expect a bit more from him.
Early chance here perhaps for Ahly. Well, played themselves into a spot of bother. Simba certainly cannot afford to make those sorts of mistakes. It was Kara, but with Afsha rather with a header. Just another look there. As the defender seemed to lose track of where he was, I think. Looks to be an offside position. That's a ricochet through. So it may well have been reviewed had it ended up in a goal. Sorry to cut you off there, Asamoah. Just to go back to the point about Percy Tau. What do you expect from him today?
I think he has a huge task ahead of him, although he had a very disappointing first game. You know, the team counted on him, and they've been counting on him since a couple of months.
Again, another defensive lapse, this time down at the other end. What's certainly been a sloppy start from both sides.
Yeah, so as I was talking, they've been counting on Tau for a couple of months now, and I'm sure he knows he needs to step up in this game, and obviously he's the one who drives the Ahly team for a couple of months now. You know, so he needs to just step up his game, and I'm sure they will be fine.
And South Africa's recent friendlies earlier on this month against Eswatini and the Ivory Coast for family reasons. But was straight back into the Ahly lineup on Friday. And again, selected this afternoon as a key part of their CAF Champions League winning side last season. And GYAN flicks it on, Tau lays it off. This is Afsha. And some options to his left, picks out El Shahat. Overlap being made by Ali Malul. And pulls it back towards El Shahat. Not sure he was expecting it though. El Shahat, and opportunity perhaps for Simba to break. Instead, it's deflected back to the path of Afsha, and that wasn't too far away. Good strike from Afsha. Ball just sat up invitingly for him, and he put his foot through it. The Simba keeper, Ali Salim, scrambling to his right.
And for me, what Simba has to do is you have to make sure they keep possession, because when you start losing possession against a team like Ahly, then you have a very, very long afternoon, because they are an experienced side, they are playing at home, and they are capable of doing anything. So being an underdog, make sure you keep the ball, but when you start losing the ball very, very early like that, you'll be in trouble.
Well, that was one of the things that the Simba coach Robertinho wasn't happy about in the first half on Friday. The fact that they were second best a lot of the times to both the first and second balls, which is why he made those tactical tweaks at half-time. That was the reasoning he gave afterwards. And again, it's not been the most convincing of starts from the Tanzanian side. But they certainly did grow into the game on Friday, so perhaps it'll just be a case of finding their feet once again this afternoon.
And the tactic for today is, I think, he's trying to play all the balls to Boko, who is very huge up front, to make sure he drives the team with him. But it looks like he's been losing the balls with this early stages, and it doesn't look good for them. As a lone striker, you need to just keep the ball, create fouls, make sure you drive the team. But when you don't keep the ball, then it's going to be a long afternoon for Simba. I hope things changes like how they did in the first leg.
Abdelmonem back in the starting 11 for Ahly this afternoon. He played 90 minutes in both the recent friendlies that Egypt had, the international break earlier on this month. Fit again to play a full part this afternoon. Back bolstering that back line for Ahly. There's of course Abdelmonem, who scored the decisive goal against Wydad in last season's CAF Champions League final. 3-2 winners on aggregate. A 1-1 draw in the second leg, and it was Abdelmonem's 78th minute strike that ultimately propelled Ahly to their record-extending 11th Champions League crown. Rabia signs an extension of 2 years in June, alongside the man who started the first leg with him, Yasser Ibrahim. His last campaign was an injury-plagued one, but back fit again for Ahly. Rami Rabia, Percy Tau shifting it onto that favoured left foot of his. This is Mohamed Hani. Puts it back to Aliou Dieng. Shinawi. Abdelmonem. Was one of the unfortunate Egyptian players to miss a penalty in the 2021 African Cup of Nations final. The shootout, a defeat by Senegal. Abdelmonem. Straight to Simba, but a second opportunity here. Ahly picking up Atia. This is Al Shahad. Side flag up on this near side against El Shahad. Was a late substitute last week against Algeria in their international friendly. El Shahad. That was after he was recalled to the international setup in June. Rabia. Abdelmonem. Dieng. Hani. Tau. Kanute rather slept as he to play that ball. Here back to Rabia. Abdelmonem again. It's been all Ahly in terms of possession so far. That certainly wasn't the case in the first leg. It was Simba who had more possession, more shots as well, completed more passes too, and it finished on as even at 2 apiece. Difficult one for GYAN to bring down, but he has done well to still cause problems. Saidi Nkiza, very unlucky too, but strike the crossbar in the first leg when it was at 2 apiece. First time strike Wrestling the frame of the goal had Mohamed El Shenawi stranded. Wasn't to be, though, in the end for the veteran Burundi international. The 36-year-old was the joint top scorer last season. Could be a chance here for Boko if he can get the wrong side of Abdelmonem. Trying to get up by the linesman, but he has at least won his side a throw. Just debating. He thought should have been a free kick.
I think this is the game we were talking about. They just have to play Boko and then keep pushing forward and to make sure he wins through fouls and everything. And that is what we were seeing right now. I think the tactical work is beginning to set in right now.
Looking for Boko once more. It's a little away by Atia, and once more hooked clear by El Shahat, but Kanute able to squeeze it through. A shot from a distance from Mohamed Hussein. Right at El Shenawi. Ahly. GYAN. Abdelmonem. Pass goes astray from the Egyptian central defender. And Goma tries to clip it over the top. Well, he was a player we saw plenty of on at Friday, Asamoah. Fabrice Ngoma was all over the heart of the field, really dictating play.
Yes, Goma was very, very good in the first leg. But this second leg, we've never seen much of him right now. But I think they have a lot of minutes to play. So, as I said, it's going to be a very, very long afternoon. And, I hope everything goes well for Simba.
Ahly brings it down on his chest, likes to push on. Tao calling for it. Ahly just cuts inside. Finds the South African now. Tao says El Shahat. El Shahat's ball poked away from him. This is Saidi. Too much on the pass from Klatis Chama, the Zambian. And Tao just to play it through, just a little bit too much on it as well. It was a sliding Afsha, lunging to try and bring it under control. Here. Tao. Ahly. Comes over the top. Trying to find Karaba. Oko. Saidi unable to keep it in play. Abdelmonem. Malul. He's been at the club since 2016. Ali Malul. And 8 assists for Ahly en route to last year's CAF Champions League title, including the assist that set up the match-winning or the title-winning goal in the second leg of the final. Constant threat down that left-hand side. Ali Malul.
I like the way Ahly presses anytime they lose the ball. You know, so anytime they lose the ball, you see 2-3 players trying to track the ball to win the ball back, and they really show they are playing at home. You know, this is what a home side should do, and they are not giving Simba a breathing space to just make sure they play 2 or 3 passes. Anytime they lose the ball, you see 2-3 players going there to win the ball. And the way Simba is also defending has been quite solid so far. They've been defending, they've been very, very compact, and it's making Ahly a bit frustrated right now.
Yeah, just doing their best to keep them at bay so far, but haven't been able to string together too many passes at Simba. Ahly applying constant pressure. The away side do get on the ball. Saidi muscled off it, but it's still going to be his team's ball. 6-year stint as Austria coach Marcel Kuller, an Ahly boss. They qualify for Euro 2016. That was the first time the country had played at the European Championship, aside from when they qualified automatically as co-hosts alongside Switzerland in 2008. A 2-year spell at Basel. Was out of the coaching profession for a couple of seasons after that point before he was signed and brought to Cairo by Ahly. It's punched well, not convincingly at all, and had a real mess of that. Ali Salim came for it. It was a looping ball into the box. There was Cairo sort of putting him under pressure, but really should have dealt with it far better than that. And unfortunately for Ali Salim, he has a defender back there just to bail him out. It was Malone, the Cameroonian signed in July. He was there to make sure that Cairo didn't have an open goal. It will be a corner though for Ahly.
Katolo should have done a bit better there. They're really pressure.
Here comes the corner from Malou. It's going to fall here for Arabia over the top from the central defender. Has to go down as an opportunity. Probably the best one we've seen so far in this opening 17 minutes. That didn't quite come down quickly enough for Arabia. A deep corner towards the far post. It was GYAN who got his head on it. Deflected into the path of the Ahly centre-back, and trying to get over the top of it to keep it down. Unsuccessful in doing so. Yeah. It's Kibu Dennis is the player down. It's the follow through of Atia catching Dennis. And that was the flap at the cross from Ali Salim. Perhaps could have caught it, went to punch it two-handed and really made very little contact. It's fortunate it didn't lead to a goal. Hani. Tao. Hani. And Al-Monem. And Shinawi. Al-Monem. Al-Shahat picks out the man to his left. It's the return of ball. Plays it back in. It's a good ball as well, but well defended by Henok Inonga, the DR Congo international. Had been out injured until recently.
I think Boko should step up his game a bit.
And GYAN taking a favourable bounce. It's Afsha here, tries to square it. It's cut out, but Tao has a chance here. Now, was that deflected over? It was on his weaker right foot. Another opportunity for Ahly.
As I was saying, Boko should step up his game a bit. You know, he's the one who is leading the attack, but he's losing all the balls, and it's been very, very difficult for Simba. He needs to just keep the ball up front, but he's been losing all the ball, and the ball keeps on coming to Simba. And I think the coach should try and see how he can change his tactic, because it looks like it's not working for Simba right now.
Sustained pressure being applied by Ahly. Percy Tau, the latest opportunity for the hosts. Karabakh give chase. Defender and goalkeeper trying to make. I'm sure they're on the same page. Shane Malone clears it upfield, but again, Ahly seemingly first to the ball each and every time. Atia. Pombe with the header. This is Dennis. It's Bocco to his left. Dennis still has it. Dennis. Well, he had the captain, John Bocco, to his left. Perhaps would have been a better served, lifting his head up and trying to pick out his teammate and his captain. As it is El Shahat here, leading the counter for Ahly. El Shahat quite wrap his foot around it. Well, we know at the very least that Simba are going to have to score at least one goal today. Is that the kind of opening they're going to have to make better use of?
That was a great opportunity for Simba. You know, you saw Boko on the left alone. Dennis should have at least trying to lead the ball, but he kept his eyes just on the ball without thinking about just passing through, and then he wanted to go solo. I think it was a huge opportunity for Simba.
Half shot. And just keep coming in attack here. Ahly. Percy Tau gets past his man. Tries to lay it off. Gets it back again. Tau here. Ball comes off Mohamed Hani. Scooped up by Ali Salim, but knocking on the door here, the home side. Good first touch from Akibu Dennis. Quite keep hold of the ball though. Shinawi. Malone. This is Mohamed Hussein. This is Chama. It's going to be an Ahly throw-in. Midway through this opening half in Cairo. Certainly, Ahly have dominated so far, Asamoah.
Yeah, I think that is the game. That is kind of game we were expecting. Ahly is dominating. I like their mentality. Anytime they lose the ball, they try to win the ball as soon as possible. But they haven't been that dangerous in front of goal, and that is what we are expecting. It looks like how they played in the first leg, and now they are playing at home. I'm sure they should be a bit. They should try and execute their chances that they get, because they are trying to do good things, but they don't get too much in the box of Simba.
El Shahat striding away down this left-hand side. Malul making himself available. El Shahat opts to go it alone. Bounces back to Dieng. Clipped into the box towards Percy Tau. Chested down, tries to skirt. Karabakh! And this is the opening goal. It looks as if the offside flag is up. Indeed it is. Just have another look at this. A very tight call, but looks to be just about the right one. Percy Tau unselfishly squaring for Karabakh. Got the equalising goal on the first leg. The Ahly number 7. The joint top scorer in last season's CAF Champions League with 6, including one in the first leg of the final against GYAN, a 2-1 home victory. Just being looked over by the video officials to make absolutely certain. Referee just holding play up for the time being. That's a confirmation. Carabao just asking the question.
This will be very, very interesting.
Well, the wait goes on. What is the decision going to be? It is offside. That's all said and done. And close call, all the same. And flicked on towards Saidi, helped on here, and it's Kibu Dennis. Terrific stop from El Shenawi. Follow-up blocked as well. El Shenawi appears to have hurt himself in the process.
This is what we were talking about. You know, all the balls should go to Boko, and then you use the second ball, and it's working for them.
The linesman did belatedly have his flag raised over on the far side, but fine stop all the same from El Shenawi. Trying to lift it over the goalkeeper. Kibu Dennis may have caught him as well as he was advancing past.
I think there was a bit of a touch with from the striker's knee to El Shenawi's head, and I think there was a bit of small knock over there. Although he made a great save, brave save.
Well, this was the verdict. The offside goal that was, well, the goal that was eventually ruled out for offside was initially given as offside as well, to be fair to the on-field officials, but a very tight decision. Full credits to the linesman for getting that spot on. Shenawi just being checked over by the Ahly medical staff. We do have a couple of goalkeepers among the substitutes today at Ahly. Including for Schubert, who played the first leg of the Champions League final against GYAN last season. This is a debut in the competition. That Shenawi and Ali Lotfi sidelines. Lotfi has since departed the club. It's going to be okay to carry on. El Shenawi. Good sign for Ahly. And El Moden. Malul. Rabia. And back by Saidi. Shama Ngoma. Nice bit of play there from Fabrice Ngoma. It's out Canute. This is Kibu Dennis. Showed too much of it to Malul. And Shahat. Afsha. Ahly. Tao. Arabia. 30 minutes played in this second leg of the first of the 4 quarter-finals. Ahly and Simba level at 2 goals apiece on aggregate. This is Ahly now, first time ball into the box. Important intervention. Quickly regaining possession, time and again. And Ahly. Pombe. Hoko. Decide the free kick is taken quickly. That's here. Have it back here though. Simba. Canute. How was he brought down? Referee says no. Tao. A couple of blue shirts in close quarters with Percy Tao, and came off him at last, according to the linesman. Here, Tao, GYAN. Salim couldn't do any more with it than just poking out for a throw-in. GYAN. Afshar, a little to his left. Afshar finds El Shahat. Hatia into the box, headed away. GYAN, Afshar, hands it out to Malul. Fends off the challenge from Kepombe. Can look to recycle possession. Rabia. Nice play from Akara, but almost managed to poke it through to Percy Tao. Ahly. Simba back defending deep and in numbers. GYAN. Shahat. Oh, again to his left. This is Malul now. Cross in, and it's over the top from Percy Tao. Got the run on his marker. Couldn't keep the header down though. Directed on target. Well, they're being patient with the build-up. Ahly have had some chances too. Just again, it's the similar story to the one on Friday. The finishing has rather let them down so far.
Exactly. The build-up play has been very, very solid, as we normally say. They've been processing the ball very, very good, but the problem right now is the execution. They just have to just bury the balls, and then they are good. But so far, so good for Ahly. They've been very, very dominating in this game.
That's it. This time layoff from El Shahat. Afshar still with it here. Afshar wants the return ball, gets it from Percy Tao. Afshar tried to square it. Kept in play by Chama. Cleared up field. That's it. But again, Ahly making inroads in that Simba defence. Pombe. Goma. Nonga. Able to pick out Mohamed Hani. A chance for Ahly to construct another attack. Now Del Munim. El Shahat. That sort of tells the story so far. 7 shots for Ahly, not on target as yet. Percy Tau was bursting into the box, but offside the decision against Karapa. Very close call. That's it. Ahly sets Tau, finding his bearings. Goma. Ball gifted straight back to Ahly. Afshir. Ball bounces straight back to him. Afshir over the top once more. Just cannot hit the target so far. Ahly. Yeah, very much doing all the running here in this first half. Favourable bounce back to Afshir. Pulled the trigger, just the shots was always rising.
So far, Afshir has been very, very dangerous. Talking about the player who has been going forward, trying to shoot on target. But it's rather unfortunate he hasn't got any shot on target right now. But he's looking very, very dangerous in this game.
Well, at first he struggled a bit to fit into Marcel Kuller's style. He's playing a more central position rather than his usual number 10 playmaking role. And eventually he discovered his top form and was rewarded with a new 3-year deal. That runs until 2027 in August. Mohamed Magdi Afshir. He played a bit part role in the knockout phase of last season's CAF Champions League, but he's been one of the more dangerous performers in the first half of this second leg, certainly. Modeste among the substitutes for Ahly, joined in September after a brief spell with Borussia Dortmund in the German Bundesliga. All the options available to Marcel Kuller this afternoon if need be. Coutinho joined Simba in January from Ugandan club Vipers, the Uganda Premier League with them, and then took them into the group stages of the Champions League for the first time in the club history. And trying to weave some more magic with Simba. To resist a number of attacks in this first half, Simba, but very much still in this tie. Kept in here by Dieng. Ahly. Tau. Tau goes for goal. Tau. Shot deflected behind by the central defender, Che Malone. Corner kick upcoming here for the home side. Malul will be to bend it in with that left foot of his. Here comes. Headed away, but chance here to follow it up. It was cleared away. It was Abdel Monem who had the opportunity. Half-hearted appeals for a handball from some of the Ahly players. Rabiu, in fact, with the chance. It came off the head and then, or perhaps the shoulder of another Simba player, but certainly not worthy of a penalty. Goma, it was initially heading it away. It was straight into his teammate Sadio Kanouté from point-blank range. Absolutely nothing about that, Kanouté. That's it. Goma. That's it. Gives it back to El Shenawy. Flip towards the Simba box. It might fall here for Afsha. Afsha picks out El Shahat. El Shahat, it's safe. Well, it's spilled in the end and scrambled away. Inonga is going to put his foot through it and boot it to safety. Ahly Salim wants to have it covered. Ball squirmed out of his grasp. El Shahat getting the shot off. I don't think it would have counted if it had been turned in by one of the two players in front of goal, both in an offside position. Every moment all the same for the Simba goalkeeper. Shenawy. Abdelmonem. It was late on in that first half, Asamoah, that Simba conceded a goal in the first leg right before the half-time whistle. Be careful again. They've been doing a lot of defensive work here in this first half. They'll be desperate just to keep things tight into the break as well.
Yeah, I think so. They should make sure they keep focus to the end of the first half. You know, around this time of the game, when you lose focus, you're going to concede. And I think they know, they are very, very aware about that. They should make sure they are very, very focused to the end of the first half. Although it doesn't look good for them because of the away goal for Ahly, but they should keep the results. You might never know what is going to happen in the later stages of the game.
Albertini will have 15 minutes or so just to mull things over at half-time. A couple of key changes in that first leg. Do you think he'll make some more substitutions at half-time today, or is he going to wait and see how things pan out to start the second half?
I'm sure he's going to wait a bit and see how things going to play out. If not, he's going to have some early changes in the attack, because Boko has been the target man, but he doesn't seem to keep the ball the way the team wants. I don't know what is going on in the coach's mind, but I think if there's going to be any changes, then it's going to be a bit from the attack, and then make sure bring some defensive players to make sure they can able to keep the ball very, very tight.
There's one of the two players drafted in today for Simba, John Oboko, taking over the captain's armband as well, but has played a rather peripheral role so far in this first half. Ball given away once more. Mohamed Hani flips it over towards Afsha. Good first touch as well. Afsha too close to Ahly Salim, able to come out and collect with very little trouble. And Chama. As you're saying, the left back, Saidi. Decent looking ball there from Saidi. Chama goes to ground. And eventually concedes the free kick. Just got a piece of Abdelmonem there. Well, certainly more promising for Simba. The weighted pass into the box from Saidi. Chama's teammates perhaps having a word with the referee, just asking about the challenge in the area. This is Kibu Dennis.
Kibu Dennis has been very a bit selfish today. He's got very two opportunities that he could lay to Boko, and he decides to go solo. When you are playing away like that, and then you have these small chances, and you don't make a use of them, then it's going to cost you a bit.
6 minutes added on at the end of this first half. A portion of it, presumably, for the stoppage in play when Mohamed El Shenawi was down hurt. Here, Ahly, GYAN. Ahly drives it forwards towards Karaba. Puts it down. This is Afsha. Tau gets past one. Tau tries to pull it back. There'll be a chance to shoot here, and Zingoma was out well to block the shot. Lifted into the box, and well, unconventional certainly from Ahly Salim, just booting it into touch.
The only problem with Ahly is the last third of the field. You just have to make sure they buy the ball. So far so good for them, but they just need the execution, and I think they'll be fine.
Tau. Good ball to the outside of the boot. Karaba here, can he get to the end of it? It's good goalkeeping from Ahly Salim. Out quickly to smother at the feet of Mahmoud Karaba. Chama helps it on to Saidi. And Goma. Enonga. Oh, he's in all sorts of trouble there, Enonga. Afsha, can they punish Simba here? And Ahly just behind El Shahat, and it's a real let-off there for Henok Enonga and Simba. Rabia hands it back to El Shenawi. Not quite sure what he was doing there, Asamoah.
I don't even know what he was trying to do there. You know, as a defender, you don't take that risk, especially at the later stages of the game. He had many options, but I don't know what he was trying to do there. But he got away with it. He was very lucky there.
I see you gesturing alongside me just to stay calm, you know, and keep hold of the ball in these final few minutes before the half-time break. But he gave it away to Ahly in a really dangerous position. Unfortunately, he weren't made to pay for it, but it would have been a rather disastrous way to win this first half. And that resulted in a goal. Kanute. Malone. Hussein. Comes off Percy Tau.
It's a crucial moment for Simba. At least they should try and keep the results to the end of the first half, and that is what they were trying to do just a minute ago. They just have to just keep the ball, make sure they win a couple of fouls there to frustrate a bit of Ahly, and then they can go in the dressing room with a 0-0, and then you can plan for the next step.
Just trying to see out the remaining minute or two in this first half. They can then reset at half-time and go again. 45 minutes showdown for a place in the semi-finals. Striking the corner flag, and just be a throw-in for Al Ahly. Atia. Hit it up and not away just yet, but Canute flicks it clear, but they simply apply it down here in a bit of pain as well. Might have been a clash of heads. So we can get a better look. It's the header from Ngoma that's behind rather than that's a safety, and it was Kapombe challenging with Afsha. There's a clash of heads. Came off a second best, the Simba right back. What's the message for Ahly going to half-time? They've had the chances, haven't been able to get that goal yet. Is it just more of the same in the second half?
I think they have a lot of work to do in the second half to bring more offensive players, because Simba doesn't look very, very dangerous in attack. So this is all about risks, trying to bring some offensive players to make sure they can able to score some goals. And I think defensively they are fine, although they shouldn't take any risk, but there should be fresh legs in the offensive department of the field in the second half.
At some point, Simba are going to have to show a little bit more urgency going forward. They do need, at the very least, a goal today to keep their run alive.
And I'm sure if they score a goal, it's very, very difficult, because the game is open now. If Simba also trying to score a goal, then it's going to be very, very interesting.
And he gives it back to Al Shinawi. Malul. Al Shahat. The 8th minute added on here at the end of the first half. Goalless in this second leg. Ahly finds GYAN. Back by Arabia. Matau. Still with the ball at his feet. Percy Tau does well to pick out a teammate. It's GYAN. Laid off here to Afsha. Malul to his left. Malul into the box. An important header away. GYAN. Malul calling for it, gets it. Threads it through to Karapa. Back with Malul. Lovely work through to Karapa. And again, Simba doing just about enough. And there goes the whistle to end this first 45 minutes. The second leg of this quarter-final of the African Football League between Al Ahly and Simba. It's been Al Ahly with pretty much all the chances in this first half. Haven't been able, though, to make that breakthrough just yet. John Boko and Simba being starved of opportunities down at the other ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the first half of the second quarter.
As we head into the half-time break, it's Al Ahly 0, Simba 0.
The score is Al Ahly 0 and Simba 0. السادة الحضور، نهاية الشوط الأول المباراة الثانية لربع نهائي دوري كرة القدم الإفريقي بين سيمبا الزنزاني والأهلي المصري.
All very much still to play for Asamoah. It's goalless as things stand. Al Ahly with far more of the chances in that first half.
I think Al Ahly have got a bit of work to do. I think if he can bring a bit of offensive midfield players, he's got a clinical finisher, but I think the execution hasn't been very, very good. You need to give a lot of chances to make sure you knock on the doors of the opposition. And then also, I think Simba should be happy with the result right now. They could have even considered a bit. But talking about the Simba team, they had an opportunity, a huge opportunity. Yeah, Dennis should have at least made to bury the ball. And when you play a team like Ahly, you have these few chances, you should be able to make a good use of it. But so far, it's been 0-0. I'm sure it's a bit frustrating for Ahly, but I'm sure they're going to change something in the second half.
Well, both coaches used all 5 of their substitutions in the first leg, and just the 3 days of recovery time between these 2 legs. I'm sure there'll be plenty of changes at some point in the second half as well. Simba still very much in this quarter-final after that 2-2 draw on home soil, holding Ahly as things stand in this second leg. Let's have a look at the statistics from the first half. Ahly with almost 3/4 of possession, 4 times the number of shots as well, but just 1 shot on target for both sides. Now, this sums up how the hosts have fared in front of a goal so far in this second leg. Struggled to properly test Ali Salim, the Simba goalkeeper.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So the second leg of this African Football League quarter-final between Ahly and Simba. The first leg finished 2-2 on Friday in the Dar es Salaam. Ahly going ahead first in that one before Simba scored twice early in the second half. Ahly then equalising thanks to Karaba around the hour mark. A couple of changes for Simba for this one. 4 changes made by Ahly coach Marcel Koller. It was the home side that had the vast majority of the opportunities in the first half. Mohamed Magdi Afsha taking aim from a distance not too far off the mark either. Crisp strike. And then it was Rami Rabia, the Ahly centre-back, with the next opportunity from the corner. Ball dropping kindly forward, perhaps not sitting just in time. And he they looped it over the top in the end. Frustration for the home side. And Afsha again with another shot from a distance. This one also flashing just over the top of Ali Salim's goal. It was a late scramble at the end of the first half, but ultimately Simba holding on. Goalless at half-time in this second leg between Ahly and Simba. Back out come the Ahly players for the start of this second half. Scores between Ahly and Simba at half-time of the second leg of this African Football League quarter-final. Two 2-2, the aggregate score as things stand after a 2-2 draw on Friday in Tanzania. Simba will need to score at least one goal in the next 45 minutes. They are to go through to the last four at Ahly's expense. 9 goals in effect for this competition. Hussein Al-Shahat saw plenty of the ball in that first half for Ahly. Simba coach Robertinho had a bit of time just to talk things over with his players in the dressing room at half-time. Rather holding on a bit at times there in that first half. They were bending without breaking, crucially for Simba. Able to hold Ahly at arm's length for the time being. Well, a few Simba supporters have made the trip to the Egyptian capital, rather blending in amongst all the other red shirts of Ahly at the Cairo International Stadium. As the away side also trot back out for this second period. 12 shots in total in that first half, Ahly, however, just the one of them on target. As for Simba, they struggled to get to the final third very much at all in the first 45 minutes, and when they did, they were rather let down by some poor decision-making. Now acknowledging the crowd. Robertinho made 2 changes at half-time in the first leg. Is he going to stick with the 11 that finished that first half today, though? It looks as if they are going to make a change again. And for the second game in succession, it's going to be Jean Baleke coming on at half-time. He's been in fine form in the Tanzanian league so far this season. Simba have won all 5 matches so far. Baleke, the top scorer with 5 goals, so it looks as if he's going to be introduced here for the second half, just as he was on Friday. John Boko, who was brought back into the starting 11 today. His day is over after 45 minutes. The captain's number up on the boards, and he'll be replaced by Baleke for this second half. So the first change made by either side is the Simba captain, John Boko, who makes way at half-time. John Baleke, the DR Congo attacker for the second half is Simba, and going in search of a goal. Percy Tau brought it down nicely, clips it into the area, but not too much on that ball in.
We spoke about Boko not able to keep the ball, and then we spoke about bringing a new striker in, and that is what the coach had decided, because you need somebody who can keep the ball up front. You know, when you are playing a tough team, you need players who can keep the ball up front, and Boko couldn't do it. You know, so I think he's trying to bring a new option, and that's Baleke who came into the game, did what he had to do. He did so well in the first leg of the game, and he feels he has confidence to do more.
Karaba looks it across to Al-Shahat. Al-Shahat back into the air towards Karaba. Out comes the keeper. It clatters Karaba. Ahly Salim has stayed down. I think he may have been offside, Karaba, based on the gesture from the referee there. Al-Shahat clipping it in, and getting there first was Karaba, lifting it over the top of the goal. And Ahly Salim is down in some discomfort here. threw himself at it in an attempt to thwart Karaba. Ended up hurting himself in the process. We do have the Moroccan signed from as far in August, Ayub Lakred, on the bench in terms of reserve goalkeepers. Simba joined on a 2-year deal after winning the league with as far last season. Still reached the quarterfinals of last season's Confederation Cup, but the immediate concern here is for the health of Ali Salim. So an early stoppage at the start of this second half. To see whether Salim will be able to continue. It does look to be a fair bit of pain here. The Simba keeper. Let's have another look at it. I was totally wrong about the offside. Nothing wrong with the run from Karaba. Timed it perfectly.
Sometimes you need to soak the pressure. You need to bring down the pressure of the opposition, and I think that is what the goalkeeper is doing. He's trying to make sure he brings down the pressure. It's some of the tactics, just to buy time.
Just allowing his team a bit of time just to settle themselves down after a bit of a ragged start at the beginning of this second period.
Exactly, and that is what the goalkeeper is trying to do. He's trying to take responsibility, trying to bring down the pressure of Ahly to make sure his team settles down well, and I think it's part of the tactics they normally do.
Well, back underway here. Ali Salim, okay to carry on. El Shahat. There's a wonderful ball in from El Shahat that's picked out the run of Karaba. He ended up being penalised in the end for a raised boot. Karaba, a little unfortunate. Kibu Dennis moves it out there and in fact wins the free kick. Just 2 touches in the opposition box in that first half. There's Simba. And the introduction of John Baleke. Give them a bit more of a cutting edge up front. And a key role to play in the equalising goal on Friday. That led to the equaliser early in that second half. And just before the ball was hooked back across goal by Cletus Chama. Caused problems with his movements for the Ahly defence. This is Malul here. El Shahat. Malul. And Goma. He's given it away badly there, and Goma straight to Afsha. Atia. Hani. Easily cut out by Chama. This is Baleke. I think that's what you were talking about, Asamoah, the need to have a player able to hold up the ball and just bring his teammates into the game a little bit more.
Exactly, and that is what Baleke just did right now. When you have a lone striker who is able to keep the ball to drive the team forward, then you are in a very good position, and that was what they were lacking in the first half, and Baleke did a very, very good job there.
Tao. Dieng. Tao. Here's the last touch off, and it's going to be Simba's ball. Percy Tao. Can't quite believe it. Okay, a header, but quite picking out a teammate, but upfield by El Shenawi, Enonga, and Kibu Dennis. To take charge. And El Shenawi dancing out of his goal. Malul. He's the side there. Kibu Dennis by Malul. Spotted by the referee. So free kick just inside the opposing half for Simba. Taking it quickly as well, but it hasn't worked out at all for them. Al Shahat. Mohamed Hussein has taken over the captain's armband from John Bocco. And he's given away the free kick here. To play the ball, missed it entirely and just caught a piece of Karaba. The winner of this first quarter-final will go on to face the Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa or Petro Atletico of Angola. The first leg for that semi-final, set to take place on Sunday. Sundowns with a 2-0 advantage as things stand over Petro, going into the return leg later on this evening in Pretoria. So they will be the heavy favourites, these South Africans, to advance to the last four. Afshar. It's Malul actually who takes charge. Abdul Monum trying to escape in on that far side. I suppose a goalless draw is enough for Ahly, so any real need for them to change things, or will they be happy with how things are going?
Honestly, the second half performance hasn't been that good for both sides. There's nothing happening right now. I think Ahly needs to step up his game and make sure he can get something happening. And it doesn't look like it's happening right now. It's a bit frustrating right now. And of course, if it's 2-2, Ahly goes through, which I think they might not be satisfied with their performance right now. But I think a goal or two should be fine for them, but you cannot count Simba out. Football, anything can happen, and if Simba gets a goal, and then Ahly is going to be out.
Good defensive work there by Che Malone, but back come Ahly once more. Tau Hani, first time cross is closed down by Enonga. It'll be a throw for Ahly. To really burst into life this second leg after what really was a pulsating first meeting between these two sides on Friday. Malul. A bit of a stalemate so far in proceedings in this second leg. El Shahat swings it in. Tau. Oh, he's miscued that badly. Percy Tau. Perfect run into the box, but seemed to get in a bit of a tangle. Could only prod it well wide.
I think he decided to go with on favourite foot, which is a bit difficult. He's not a typical number 9 who can score that goal, but he had a very, very good chance to bury it. But it's very, very difficult to score this kind of goals with on favourite foot.
There's a great run into the box, timed it perfectly, Percy Tau, but all just seemed to strike him on the heel of his right foot. Of course, very left-footed player, and wonder if there was a bit of hesitation deciding whether he should try and get his stronger foot on it. In the end, it's another really good chance that goes to waste for Ahly, and they've got to be careful here. Well, what on earth was happening there? John Baleke managed to sneak in between Abdelmonem and El Shenawi. Let's have another look at that, but almost disaster there for Ahly. Abdelmonem waiting for Shenawi to come and get it. And never got there, and credit to Baleke, didn't give up the chase. Couldn't quite.
Once again, Baleke has showed his presence right now. He's been a threat since the first leg. You know, he was benched today. He came on and he's still being a threat. So that is where they should be very, very careful. Ahly should be very, very careful.
Well, that was a good first-time layoff from Afsha. In vain. But Ahly have got to be careful. If they do concede, then ball's right back in at Simba's court. John Baleke once again demonstrating why Robertinho's turned to him for this second half. Fresher set of legs and really almost making the most of a calamitous mix-up at the back.
Sometimes football God doesn't allows it to happen. Sometimes when you get a lot of opportunities and you don't bury them, sometimes the opposition can just get one chance and then bury it, and then it will be game over.
Fighting a bit of pressure of themselves, Ahly, with their inability to convert any of their chances, allowing Simba just to hang in there and stay in this tight. Hussein, ordinary ball straight to El Shahad. It's here. El Shahad again. Afsha, El Shahad. Played away. Abdelmonem brings it down, finds Mohamed Hani. Tao. And Dieng. Tao. Hani pokes it through to Karabert. First time shot, and it's in. And they've broken the deadlock. But the referee's assistant has raised his flag. Will this be looked over? Karabert, brilliant first time finish. The question is it going to stand? That's certainly not. Spot on with the decision, and straight. Clearly offside, Karabert. Goal is going to be scrubbed off. A smile on the face of the linesman. Afsha. Tao. Bit of space ahead of him down the right-hand side. First time ball to Karabert again. Just too far in front of him. Takes out his frustration on a water bottle. He's getting into the right position. At least Karabert. Player, real nose for goal. Goma. Kanute. Arabia.
My problem is with Simba is they are not keeping the ball. You know, anytime there's pressure, when you have the ball, try and keep the ball to make sure you also get back into the game. But it looks like they're giving all the balls to Ahly to play. And when this happens, as we said, you're going to have a long, long afternoon, which is not a good sign for Simba. Right now, it looks like they're dependent on luck right now.
Really struggling to gain any sort of control in this match, Simba. That being said, though, they are hanging in there. Tao with the first time ball, just a fraction over hits, and frustration starting to mount for Karabert. After that goal was disallowed for offside just moments before that. Chama as well, just to use his body to hold off Aliou Dieng. Of that yellow card for Mohamed Hani. Swung in here, and it's ended up behind. It's going to be a goal kick. Getting ready to make more changes. Simba coach Robertinho just talking with his assistants, making sure they know exactly what they want to do. So Kula happy to keep faith with the starting 11. And Saidi, how was he caught from behind? No, says the referee. All pumped forwards, and El Shahat's going to give chase, but Ali Salim read it well. Habia was that towering header, but straight to Ngoma. Dieng, Afsha, Malul, Shahat, it's just a bit behind. Malul had to go back and retrieve it. Matia, Dieng, space here for Hani, swings it in, and it comes, and claimed by Ali Salim. Kibu Dennis calling for it, some space here for the Simba frontman. Not down by a heavy touch. Ran straight into the Ahly defender.
It looks like Dennis has been getting the few opportunities that comes in the way of Simba, but he doesn't. He's not efficient enough to convert it. You know, sometimes a player needs to step up, and it's quite frustrating for Simba right now. I think Dennis needs to make sure he's more focused, very much, because you can break away and then you can make a good use of it. But it looks like he's losing all the balls, all the small opportunities they are getting.
He's found himself in a good position on more than one occasion, Kibu Dennis. Hasn't been able to convert that into a genuine opportunity, though, for Simba. Approaching the midpoint of this second half in at Cairo. Ali Malul works it back to Atia. Malul again, outside of the boots, through to El Shahat. Put down well by El Shahat. Malul. First time ball in, deep ball towards the far post, and Carabo was stretching for it. There was another red shirt waiting behind him. I think that's what Percy Tau was saying to Carabo. May not have heard the call from his teammate to let that one go, but he was certainly in better positioned to run onto that ball in, Percy Tau. Ngoma. Kibu Dennis again giving chase, but calmly dealt with by Malul, just glancing it back to his keeper. Rabia. Hani. Dieng. This is out to Kanute, and then Kanute rather back-heeled the ball against Dieng, who couldn't react in time. Atia. Carabert stopped his run, allowing Malone easily to step in and intercept, but he's given it right back to Al Ahly. Read by Mohamed Hussein. Hani lost out here. Simba, can they make something of this? Saidi able to hold on to the ball, slowed things down. It's allowed Ahly to get some players back. Dennis. Kapombe swings it in towards the far post, and it's in. Took a deflection on its way in, and Simba have the all-important breakthrough. How crucial is that goal going to prove? Ahly have been punished for their wastefulness. And Simba barely had a sight-on goal. They've had one now, and they have the all-important goal that's put them ahead on the night and on aggregate as well in this tie. Kapombe crossing it into the far post. Now the header. Who did it come off? Might have been off Kanute. That's what El Shenawi is suggesting. When did it come off? Like it struck him on the back. Struck him in the side of the face, in fact. You know absolutely nothing about that, Sadio Kanute.
And this is what we were talking about. When you have your chances and you don't convert them, the opposition gets one and then bury it. And this is what football is all about. And sometimes this thing needs to happen for the home side to wake up a bit. You know, things are not going well so much for Ahly right now. Now they need to step up the game. I'm guessing what the coach is trying to do right now.
Well, they'd never even scored before in Cairo. Simba against Al Ahly. Mohamed Hani was caught in possession badly by Saidi. Eventually got the ball into the box. I think it was John Baleke who had the initial header. Just wonder if that's going to be reviewed, the challenge by Saidi on Mohamed Hani. Nothing wrong with the goal as it was going in. It just potentially a challenge on Hani beforehand. What is the final decision going to be? VAR in use throughout this competition. The referee going to be invited to take a second look on the pitch side monitor. I wonder. Doesn't look like he is. It's going to stand. And Sadio Kanute, I didn't know much about it, but he's given his side the lead in this tie. And a real shock on the cards here in Cairo. The reigning and record 11-time African champions Al Ahly in danger of crashing out of the inaugural African Football League in the quarter-finals. This is the goal scorer, Kanute. I wonder if that will open things up a little bit here for Simba. Saidi. Chama trying to dance his way through. Kanute. Oh, it could have gone anywhere that. It's gone behind for a corner, but Ahly really looking at shaky after that goal. I mean, they've been completely in command in the second leg, Al Ahly, but they hadn't been able to get that all-important goal. And a real sucker punch, and now they find themselves in real trouble.
Sometimes football is like that. It's things can turn around within the twinkle of an eye, and that is what we are witnessing right now. It looked like Ahly was dominating, and now they've considered a goal. Now they feel the sense of urgency, and now the confident team is playing right now. And this is where Simba should be very, very, very careful, because now Ahly will be coming all out. They are coming like wounded lions. They want to get a goal just to qualify, because when they get that goal, they'll qualify. So this is where Simba should make sure that more effective combat and then defend to the end of the game.
They've got 20 minutes or so to save themselves, Al Ahly. Things would change entirely if they can get an equaliser. They have the 2 away goals from that first leg. They have as yet been unable to strike tonight. Mohamed Hani, Afsha, Atia, Malul. Disappointing there from Ali Malul. Surely that's going to force Marcel Kuller's hand as well, yet to make any changes to this point. First it's going to be Simba to make another substitution. Kennedy Juma, defender coming on. And Simba look to tighten things up defensively. It's the Zambian Festus Chiama who makes way for Juma. Loretta Slim got the first goal in the first leg right before half-time, and he's going to be introduced alongside Anthony Modeste as Ahly press for an equaliser here. Atia, Afsha, Tao, Hani, filled in. Caribou was competing for it. GYAN closed down quickly, and Kibu Dennis here with a chance to run at the back line. This is out. Atia tracking back, retrieving possession. Malul. Al-Shahat. Al-Shahat still going, threads it into the box towards Karabut. It's a good challenge from the man just on, Kennedy Juma. Into the corner. Malul. Al-Shahat. Afsha, Atia, Afsha again, Malul, good chance here for Ahly, and they have the equaliser, and it's Mahmoud Karabut, turns it home, just like he did in the first leg, the equaliser for 2-2, he's got the equaliser again here, 1 apiece, and it's Ahly back in the driving seat now. Well, it didn't last for long, Simba's advantage, and Ahly with a champion's response. As Karabut goes to celebrate with the home supporters. Well, you sensed they were going to get their opportunity, Asamoah, and they've taken it really the first time of asking.
I think that was a good response there. They did it in Tanzania in the first leg, and now they've done it again. You know, this is what they should have been doing since the first half. They sense the sense of urgency, and now they have the goal now. So it doesn't look too good for Simba right now. With a team that has already scored, the confidence level is going to keep on coming, and then let's see how Simba is going to respond to it after this goal.
Well, it's been a real roller coaster of emotions these past few minutes. Simba striking first in this second leg to put themselves on top on the night and in the tie, but back come Ahly, and it's Karabut equalising in this second leg. Can Simba find another goal? They're going to have to if they want to stay in this competition. Afsha. Tao sets off. Has to let it bounce, and that's taken him away from goal. Tao, though, still with it. And belatedly, the linesman's flag is raised. Right decision. Look at the goal there from Karabut. All just taking an important touch off Jay Malone, taking it out of the reach of Ali Salim. And the ball nestling inside that far corner. No one has beaten them here since Mamelodi Sundowns in February of last year. And an athlete again fighting back after falling behind late on in this second leg.
It's not over yet though. Simba still have a chance. If they can convert any chance they get, they can still go through. But I don't see it happening right now. But football, anything can happen.
Goma with the header. 17 total shots for Al Ahly, just 2 of them on target. And crucially though, Karabas is the one that's got the equalising goal. This is Kibu Dennis. Goma. Kanute. Scored in both legs of this time. Sadio Kanute. Knew absolutely nothing about the goal he scored in this second leg. It was Cletus Chama who went straight off his teammate, and then the ball deflecting past Mohamed El Shanawi. Atia Nani. And on him. Al Shahat. Malul. Malul it was who pulled the ball back for Karabut. Really creative player down that left-hand side, Ali Malul. And so it's proved once more. A stoppage here for a double switch. It's going to be made by Simba. Willie Onana. Saw him come off the bench in the first leg. Tried a few things, didn't quite work out, but looked a lively player. And Luis Mikuson, who started the first leg, was withdrawn at half-time. It's going to get a chance here to try and turn things back in Simba's favour. The Mozambican, who signed from Al Ahly, incidentally, in July. So 4 changes made now by the visiting side. Shahat. Just keep advancing down the left side. Still going, El Shahat runs into trouble in the shape of Inonga. Goma. Mikusan. It's the free kick. Kanute scoops it over towards Baleke. Bouncing through to Mohamed El Shanawi. Dieng. Malul. Shut. All again, down he goes. Free kick for Al Ahly. Oh, there's no point in wondering what might have been for Simba, because even if Al Ahly do get another goal, if they get an equaliser, could take this tie to penalties. Afsha. Inonga. Straight to Atia, that clearance. And GYAN back to Atia. Abdul Munem. Struggling to get hold of the ball here, Asamoah, Simba.
Yeah, I think right now Ahly is beginning to find their feet. They're beginning to find their spaces. And
Shahat closed down. Out comes Ali Salim. Rosewell just to pluck that out of the air. Tries to launch the quick counter, but that's not really going to help them. Just that long ball forward, and there's no one up there.
It's not really going to help Simba, because they need to keep the ball. They need to do what they did before they got the goal. You know, when you give the ball away like that, it will be very, very difficult. The ball comes back to you. And Ahly, for some reasons, they've gone back to their style of play again. Everybody's receiving the ball on the feet without moving since they scored. But when they feel a sense of urgency, they were more dangerous. They were moving, but they've still started what they were doing again, and it doesn't look encouraging.
And he slides to keep that ball in play. Majuma. Certainly masters of the big moments, Ahly. Never count them out. That's proved the case once more tonight. Just when it looked as if they might be in trouble. Delivering a stirring response to wrest back control. This is Onana. Onana has a man to his right. It was Kapombe, couldn't find him. And Goma. Onana again. Kanute. Inonga. Hopping back towards his position. But, losing the ball there. One back here though by Kanute.
Kanute has been very, very wonderful this afternoon. He has been very, very good for Simba. Although they've not been able to keep possession, but he's the only player who has been able to stand out in this game. And there he goes again.
Now can he help Simba produce some late magic? Baleke, Onana, Goma, Hussein. This is Onana. Tries to cut inside his man, no way past GYAN. Malone. He got a little bit lucky there, Malone, and Caraba struggling with the exertions of 80+ minutes in this game. Ahly try and keep it in. And he succeeds. Looks like he may have done. He's prevented it from going behind for a corner. In fact, it is going to be a corner. Didn't get there quite in time. Mohamed Hani, Mikuson take this set piece. Scored from a corner in the first leg. Sadio Kanute. Deep ball in. El Shinawi comes and gets a fist on it, and have to defend another corner here. Ahly.
This is where Ahly should be very, very careful, because any team that concedes a goal right now, it's not going to look good for them. So Ahly should be very, very focused. They are playing at home, and having corner kicks against them like that, they should be very, very careful.
It's a near post run by Kanute on Friday. Headed home at the near post to give that 2-1 lead. And be another change here made by the host later on. Anthony Modeste coming on for Caraba, the goal scorer. Let's have another look at the goal that stands to be the one that sends Ahly through to the semi-finals. Ali Malul just getting into enough space down that left-hand side, pulled it back, and first time finish from Caraba. Modeste to the fray, and first responsibility will be help his side defend this corner. A loopy ball in, and it's easy for El Shinawi. Afsha, good first touch. Simba have got it back. Kanute. Enonga. Chinawi just allowing his team a bit of time to settle. A few more seconds to tick off the clock. Hussein. And he left it late in the day, Marcelo Collar, to make his first change. Modeste coming on for Karaba. Up. Modeste here. The task with just holding up the ball, I suspect, for Ahly in these closing moments. Lovely first time flick from Atia. This is Percy Tau. Tau. And it'll be a corner kick for Ahly as we approach the last minute of the 90. One final change as well for Simba. It's going to be the Zambian Moses Firi. Thrown on here. One last gamble made by Robertinho. Shamari Kapombe looks to be the player coming off. Make his way around the pitch. As on comes at Firi. A big role in Simba getting to last season's Champions League group stage. 5 goals in the qualifiers, but didn't score the competition proper in the group stage or the quarterfinals. Can he have something to say here as we head into stoppage time in Cairo? It's been a fascinating 2 legs, but it looks as if the experience of Ahly is ultimately going to win out. 3 minutes added on here. Tau with the corner. Dieng has done ever so well to win it back for his side. Madul crosses it in once more. Header. And drops wide of the far post. Past 6 minutes, in fact, rather than 3. So still time for Simba. Afsha. Madul. Al-Shahad. A great sense of urgency from Ahly. As things stand, they are going through to the semi-finals of the first ever African Football League. Potentially an enthralling last 4 showdown with Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns, of course, still yet to finish off the job. They do appear to have 1 foot in the semi-finals after winning the first leg of their quarter-final. 2-0 away from home against Angola's Petro Atletico. Tau. Malul. Al-Shahad. Atia. Afsha. Malul to kill it off here. A free kick for Simba. Asamoah, it's been a real battle this second 90 minutes. Who would you go for if you had to pick a man of the match, assuming there's no late twist in this tale?
I think man of the match will go to Mahmoud, number 7. Ahly, who was able to score. He was moving a lot. He's been very, very influential in this Ahly team. So definitely he should be my man of the match.
2 of Ahly's 3 goals in this tie. Also had 1 chalked off in this second leg for an offside. It's been an influential figure, certainly, leading the Ahly attack. Will his goal be enough to see his team through to the last 4? Play through here, and Salim again out in time. Clears it straight to Rami Rabia, and that will allow the home team just to keep hold of the ball once more. Just over 2 minutes remain for Simba here in at stoppage time. Juma looks it high into the night sky. And Afsha's ended up with it. Afsha, Al-Shahad goes for the handball, nothing given. Inonga. Annie. Goma pick up the loose ball. Onana. Going for it, Hussein, and he's given it away there in a bad position. Willie Onana. Can they add a second here? Dieng still with it. Afsha now. Afsha clips it in and it strikes the arm of Ahly Salim. It's going to be a corner kick. A real opportunity there. Ahly really seemed to know what they were doing. Seemed to get in each other's way. And Afsha, well, it was well out of the reach of Percy Tau. They were lucky to come away with a corner.
Young should have released the ball right now. He should have just put up a penetrative passes and maybe can score, but he decided to hold on to the ball for no reason. But now they have a corner. That should have been a very, very good chance for Ahly.
In it comes, Abdel Monam bounces off him and goes behind. So into the last minute of the 6 added on. It's now or never for Simba. Drilled upfield. Too many blue shirts up there though. Tau, Kanute gets to it first. It's it back from Onana. Kanute, Miki Son. Just the safest option there taken by Rami Rabia. Will let Simba get more players forward. Onana, Miki Son. So the header, it might drop here. What a stop from El Shenawi. Well, the flag was raised, but he wasn't to know that, I don't think. Nearly a dramatic late finish here. Very nervy moment indeed. Certainly offside, but El Shenawi wasn't to know that. How is that going to be a last reel, a chance for Simba? It's going to be Ahly to go through on away goals. And it looks like Al-Shenawi. And there goes the final whistle. It's all over here in Cairo. It is the reigning and a record 11-time African champions Ahly through to the semi-finals of the inaugural African Football League, scraping by Simba into this tie. Finished 3-3 on aggregate, 1-1 in this second leg. Simba looked as if they might be about to cause a huge shock, and they took the lead through Sadio Kanute in the second half. Just a few minutes later, up popped Mahmoud Karaba with the equaliser for the second time in 2 legs. And ultimately, it was that strike which is going to send Ahly through to the semi-finals. 1-1 in the second leg, 3-3 on aggregate. Ahly through on away goals. it was quite the dramatic end to that one. Asamoah, not the most entertaining, let's say, first half, but once Simba got that goal, the game really burst into life, and it's quite a roller coaster end to this first quarter final.
Yeah, I think the second half was quite interesting. It looked like Simba was going through, they scored, and then Ahly got back immediately into the game. But hey, honestly, Simba should go home with their heads up. You know, everybody thought Ahly was going to dominate them, and even wallop them by a lot of goals. You know, but nobody won in these two games. It was just the away goal. So they should be proud of themselves, and then I'm sure their fans in Tanzania will be very, very proud of them, because they played against the African champions, one of the best in Africa, and then nobody won. It was 2-2 in Tanzania, and it was 1-1. It was just the away goal. So they should be proud of themselves.
Always feels like a little bit harsh in terms of a way of going out, losing on away goals. You say they'll go home with their heads held high. Any reason for regrets over the two legs?
I think they did what they had to do. You know, they came away, they scored just one goal. At home, they were trailing. They came back, they scored 2-1, and then Ahly got back. So it looked like every time they go up before Ahly comes back to the game. So when you play against a tougher side like Ahly, one of the best in Africa, and people rate you as underdog, I think they should go home with their heads high, because they came to Egypt to have a draw as well.
Well, certainly no shame in going out to the reigning African champions. Plenty of teams before them have failed. And a lot of them haven't got anywhere near as close as Simba did to knocking out Ahly in this first quarter-final of the African Football League. They'll return to domestic duties, and then they'll be getting on with the group stage of this year's CAF Champions League towards the end of next month as well. They've been drawn with last year's runners-up Wydad Casablanca, as well as Ivory Coast's ASEC Mimosas and running Galaxy of Botswana in Group B. But it is ultimately Ahly who fight through to the semi-finals. Real battling performance over the two legs, but again showing why they are the team to beat in this competition. They'll never be written off.
Yeah, Ahly is one of their favorites in this competition, but honestly, they haven't impressed me that much in these two games. You know, hopefully in the semi-finals they could do something better, like the Ahly we used to know, because there are a lot of teams in who are also coming to win the African Football League as well. You know, so they should up their performance a bit, and I'm sure they're good. Everybody knows what Ahly can do when it comes to this kind of competition. You know, so it hasn't been that encouraging for them, but they've gone through, and then I wish them the best of luck in the next game.
Well, it was far from easy, certainly, but ultimately they have accomplished their mission of getting through to the next round. Waiting to see who they'll face in the semi-finals. Will it be Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa or Petro Atletico of Angola? The second leg of that quarter-final, kicking off in just under 2 hours at time in Pretoria.
I still think they're going to meet Mamelodi Sundowns, because they went away, they scored 2. I don't think Petro Atletico can beat Sundowns by 3-0 over there. It happens in football, but how many percentage? It's happening just 1% of that in football, and I still think Mamelodi Sundowns are going to go through and beat Ahly in the semi-final.
Yeah, Sundowns certainly the favourites to get through that second leg. Just to stand corrected, that one kicking off in just under an hour's time. In fact, would be quite the semi-final clash between Ahly and Sundowns, if that is indeed the case. Petro Atletico, though, will hope to have something to say about that, despite going down to a 2-0 defeat in the first leg at home.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate for them. They couldn't even have a goal. They had a penalty. They missed. They did so well in the first half. They could have even won the game in the first half. So it's rather unfortunate. Maybe that might be a bit of motivation for them in coming this game against Mamelodi Sundowns, and that is the only motivation they have. You know, they think, oh, we were able to dominate them in the first half.